Hello, everyone who joined. So, just right off the bat, a couple of disclaimers. I've been a little under the weather, so you may hear me cough a little bit. And I'm also a family man, so you may or may not hear my family in the midst of the stream. So, with all that out of the way, today I'm just going to do what I've been doing for the past couple of months. And that is just, I'm going to work on some Bitter Coast weathers. So, I'm going to continue working on this particular weather here. And then after I'm done with it, I think I might do a poll and give you guys some options of the different weather types that are currently planned for Bitter Coast, and see if the chat wants to vote on what weather type they'd like to see done next. So with all of that out of the way, let's just run around for a bit and take a look at Pla Ode in the evening at sunset. And you might notice our wonderful cloud textures that we have here. The way our cloud textures work is mostly unique to Skywind. Since I'm not really using ENV to make these weathers, I had to come up with a sort of a different method to get lighting on our cloud textures. So if you watch this one cloud texture here, I'm going to adjust the time of day. So right now you can see we're in the evening. As I pull it back, don't pay attention down here, but just watch the sky. You'll see the lighting on the cloud change. And now that we have that working, I'm really happy with the way our skies look now. And you'll also notice something that you won't really find on vanilla Skyrim, and it generally has required something like ENB for this to be possible. You'll notice that this side of the sky is taking on the color of the sun, as you would expect at sunset. But if I go over here, we don't see that at all. So this allows us to have some really dynamic lighting in our skies. And it also sort of makes the ambient light make a little more sense. So you notice here, the stuff that's not in direct sunlight, even though it's in shadow, it's taking on the color of the sky over there. And on this side, there's not that sunlight coming through. So even our indirect light reacts appropriately. So obviously if I'm in direct sunlight, I mean, that's one thing. You can see the sun hitting me and all that. But in shadow, this nice gradual sunlight color on this side and darker color on that side. So really immersive. Go through here. Here's some of the water that I've been working on over the past few months. This is our swamp water. And at this time of day, it looks really nice. I think I'm going to temporarily disable the Skyrim UI there. And then we can look at this water as the lighting changes by shifting the time. You'll notice that when the sun is directly overhead, it illuminates the water. And it's as if the particles in the water are being more illuminated by the sun. So as the sun goes down, so does the brightness of the water overall. And we'll just keep running around in this one weather ID at noon now. Here's a different water type. Push the time on that as well. There, that's a lovely morning shot. Some of you may recognize this section from our previous showcase video. We actually came by and that dude threatened us, took our money, so we killed him and got our money back. Continued on to Ashurna Bibi, which is over there. But yeah, this is a lovely morning in La Ode. On an unusually clear day in the Bitter Coast. Now, anybody that's in the stream that's actually seen me post updates, and you're wondering why there's not like a ton of fog. My process for doing these weathers, I find it's important to get the clear weather right first, and then it's much easier to add stuff like thick atmosphere after that. So, and also I think, with a few exceptions, I think that there should always be at least one, even if it's extremely rare, one clear weather in any given region, so that the work of our incredible level design artists have done can be properly showcased. Because it'd honestly be a shame if this entire swamp area was, you couldn't see much further than this here. Now, this is the E&B menu. However, you will notice E&B is disabled. So I wanted to kind of demonstrate actually why I use E&B, even though Skywind doesn't require E&B. So if I turn it on, you will notice as I toggle it on and off, there are some minor differences that I can't really account for. So for the most part, if I just toggle E&B on and off, the lighting doesn't change. It's just some of the ambient occlusion changes. And that's just because of how E&B handles that. I'm not using E&B for how it looks at all. You'll notice up here, we've got these numbers up here. So the way I use E&B is in the process of doing lighting. I don't currently have it set up because I was trying to implement some other stuff. But one of the things I use E&B for is I will like middle click on a pixel. And right now it's not working. Like I'm middle clicking. I don't have that set up. I recently reformatted my computer, so I need to redo the shader code that controls this. But it allows me to like middle click on a pixel and it'll give me the readout of the brightness and the color. And that's important to my weather process because sometimes I want to tune how bright the sunlight is versus the shadow. Because the way I make weathers is I'll take photographs in real life. I have like a color chart. And I'll like sort of place my hand over like the color chart and I'll take a photograph with my high-end camera. And then I'll pull that photograph into the computer and I'll measure the difference between how bright is the shadow on this color chart versus the sunlit part. And then once I have that ratio, I try to match it in the game here. So that's what this is useful for. It's a measuring tool. Another
you got
one
me to make some to take some photos when I was on vacation once. Also, hi.
Yep. Oh. Welcome, UCM.
Hello, hey, UCM, how's it going?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Okay.
Speaking of UCM, another thing that I use E&B for is you'll notice up here. Let me stop the camera from moving. That's a little distracting. You'll notice up here. Let me dip down so we can see it a little better. I've got these little sections here. And for those of you who are familiar with E&B but don't recall ever seeing this stuff, if you'll notice up here, this is a E&B extender by Kitsune, which is a good friend of mine who has also recently joined the Skywind team. So can we get some claps in chat for Kitsune, one of the
hooray
one of the better modding authors in my opinion. Great. But anyway, so E&B extender allows me to build tools for Skywind. And again, I'll just go ahead and turn E&B off because I'm not currently using this measurement here. And let's see here. So let's go to scene. Actually, let's go to dev options. So I have here, that music's getting on my nerves. Let's skip that track. I automatically have God mode enabled and I turn off AI detection. So that's the same as if I went and typed, TGM, toggle God mode, or T-detect, which would disable that AI being able to see me. That's why when we walked past the bridge earlier, that NPC didn't do anything, because none of the AI actually know that I'm running around. And, you know, for weather work, that's kind of important. I don't need distractions like having to fight NPCs. I just want to build the weather here. Some other things we have here, like our doubt calculator. So what is doubt? So to properly explain that, I'm going to temporarily close ENB. And you'll notice here, this is actually a tool called Create. Let's see here. Yep, Create. You can find it on the Nexus, and it's also by my good friend Kitsuna here. And what this allows me to do is I can force a weather. I can just, I can change the weather there, change that. Let's go back to where we were. And I can also, you may have seen me a moment ago, control the time of day. But that also allows me to edit the weathers live. So I can edit the colors of the weathers in the game. I don't need to go in Creation Kit and like do this back and forth dance, right? I can do it all live in the game. And so that's how we build the weather on Skywind. And what DALC is this directional ambient lighting. And what that means is, like for sunrise, you'll notice I've got the sunlight coming from the X minus direction, which happens to be the east, and X positive would be west. And then we have Y minus and plus, which I forget which, but one of them is north and one of them is south. And then our Z positive and Z minus is, the Z minus is what's light coming directly from overhead, and the Z positive is bounce light coming from below. So that's what DALC is. So what this DALC calculator is for interiors, you know what? I may need to just hop in an interior and demonstrate that. Let's see. Actually, no, I don't need to hop in. I can just load one up here. So let's do cell lighting. We'll just grab one of these. It doesn't matter.
Someone asked the question, what's your philosophy for dungeon lighting, especially what the typical level of brightness should be?
Speaking of interiors, yeah.
Yeah, well, I want to answer that, but I know that I have ADHD and will forget what I was doing. Can you guys hold that question for me and remind me in a moment?
Sure.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, if I don't like do exactly what I'm thinking of at the moment, I'll lose it. So,
Also, UCM, would you mind introducing yourself? I don't know if you already did or not.
yeah.
People.
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm UCM, level design lead, and you may have heard my voice on the ModCon streams. And yeah, I'm just here to hang out while I'm working on some QA fixes.
I'm also just here to hang out. My name, Irrelevant.
It's Quantum.
Damn it. Okay, Trey, so let's hear it.
Yep. So we'll just pop open. You notice here in the list, so I've got weathers, and I've double clicked this, which gave me this window for the weather ID we have loaded. But Create also allows you to modify the lighting in interior. So if I go to cell lighting and I double click on any of these interiors, it'll pop a window up for me. But for now, we're just going to temporarily pop this up. So you'll notice on interiors, Create only gives us access. Currently, I'm going to see if I can get my buddy Kitsune to give me the full access like the exteriors have here. But you'll notice that it breaks it down to the top, middle, and bottom. And the reason that Kitsune did that was because the vanilla game actually has a really bad bug in its directional ambient code, like a really bad bug. So let's say if we go to my weather here again. If I have this as like the color of sunlight, but I want this to be the color of, like, say, the sky, which that would make sense, right? It will actually start turning this stuff like wild colors like green or purple. And there are only two ways to fix that. One is like to sort of make sure that all of the adjacent axes have a similar hue, but a different brightness. And you'll notice I kind of did that here. I like sort of made this gray to sort of meet this in the middle so that it wouldn't do nasty stuff to the color. Kitsune kind of fixes this in the background with Create by splitting stuff into top, middle, and bottom. But the downside to that is when UCM and I do our edits for our interior lighting, we need to convert this top, middle, and bottom to this. And what Create is doing in the background is like fixing the bug. But the downside to that is I don't have like the full values to give back to UCM when we're doing this back and forth. So the way we do interiors is I'll edit them live, and then I'll feed UCM the values that he needs to input in the creation kit. And this saves us time not having to go, back and forth. But in order to get these proper X, Y, and Z values from the top, middle, and bottom, I just made a tool. Let me get rid of the camera moving again. I made another tool on E&B for myself that just reads out all of the values that I need to feed to UCM. So it gives the Z minus, the Z plus, and then basically the way Create fixes the problem is it calculates what the XY should be based on what the person has set the middle, top, and bottom to be. You don't really need to know the math, not super important, but that's another thing that we use E&B for. Another one is like Kelvin conversion. So if I need to like get the RGB value for, say, the color of sunlight, we'll just do 5500. This gives me a value that I can then go ahead and plug in over here. Right, so in fact, that's the 5600 Kelvin value. So you'll notice red is 255, green is 239, blue is 225. And if I just pop that in up here, let's go 5600. Looks like my math is off. That's giving me a different color. Might want to revisit that. Anyway, what that's supposed to do is give me the correct Kelvin color. But anyway, yeah, so that was a long-winded breakdown of how the weathers are built. They're all built using Create with this tool. Without Create, what you're looking at here absolutely would not be possible. There's no way that I have the patience to try to go back and forth in Creation Kit to the game. It just would not be possible without Create. So Create is super important to the workflow for creating our weathers. Another shout out to another developer. It's not a tool that I use often because currently it's not quite as stable as I would like it to be on the latest builds of Skyrim, which is what we build Skywind on. But that's the in-game editor created by Jonah Hex. If I remember correctly, Jonah Hex is one of the main developers for community shaders. Jonah Hex is a really good guy. The in-game editor is awesome. I'm just waiting on it to be a little more stable before I can use it a little more extensively. It does similar things.
Have you tried the latest version? Came out a month or so ago, I want to say.
I think I did. But that was before I reformatted, so maybe I should give it another shot and see if it's a little more stable now.
Yeah, because that with the new debug menu changes where you can see markers, which by the way is amazing. Yeah, I can just move lights wherever I want.
Yeah, that's great. Looks like somebody asked me a question.
Kind of a couple questions. One person asking like your personal opinion or experience. Has Morrowind always been a favorite game, or is this project an opportunity for you for your skills in this?
So that question, the answer may not, I don't know, maybe it'll be surprised, maybe it won't be. Morrowind is absolutely not a favorite game of mine. I have excellent memories of Morrowind from way back in the early 2000s. I had an original Xbox. That's where I was first exposed to Elder Scrolls in general. I don't hate Morrowind. It's just not it's not at the top of my list of favorite games. Skywind is a different animal altogether. Skywind is definitely up there for me. But the original Morrowind, not so much. Mostly because I don't see Morrowind with rose-colored glasses. I personally found, even back then, that I didn't love the way the combat worked. It was really frustrating to me. Now, the things that Morrowind had in spades were like vibe and like immersion. Those were amazing. I don't think that anything at the time even came close to it in that aspect. I had a buddy who wasn't even really playing the game. He was literally just running around and collecting books. You may hear somebody's on the phone behind me. Sorry for that. You hear that. But yeah, he was just running around collecting books. And I watched him running around the city of Vivek, and he's like going in bookshops and buying stuff from people. So I thought that was really awesome. Yeah. It was a really cool thing, and it kind of opened my eyes to like, this game doesn't force you to play it any given way. It was like my first exposure to like something I considered to be like a real sandbox in terms of what you could do with your character. And really the only limitations were the engine at the time. Like most players' imagination would allow them to do amazing things even on the dated original Morrowind engine.
I remember, and I had a similar sort of experience just with a friend who picked it up first or played it more, who was telling me about it, and the way they described it, I was just amazed at the idea that you could go around and kill anybody and they would stay dead. I was used to,
Yeah.
A little bit of Grand Theft Auto where random major characters who died were part of the story, or random NPCs. So the idea that you could kill someone and they would just stay dead was astounding. The idea that you could just empty out a town, it just seemed like no other game had ever done that to my mind.
Yeah. So I just changed the lighting. We have not changed weather IDs. We're still in the same weather, but I changed it. I changed the time of day to sunset. And if you look out ahead of us, I personally find that the way the light falls across the trees is incredibly realistic, which, again, if we pop up ENB, it is disabled. Okay. If I toggle it on and off, again, you'll see like some slight differences in how ENB handles shadow and lighting, but the general like scene is not affected. So the game itself looks like this with nothing. ENB is off. You can see it, use effect, ENB is off. So I want to stress that even though I have nothing to hide here, I use ENB as a debugging tool, nothing more. I'm not averse to ENB. In fact, I absolutely have personal plans that once I'm done with the weather IDs, I will immediately start working on an unofficial ENB that I can hopefully have finished to come out when Skywind does. So I'm not using ENB to make the weathers. I will eventually make the ENB once my weathers are complete. Hopefully that makes sense. And anybody who is worried about their computer not being able to run Skywind, you don't have to worry. It runs just as well as vanilla Skyrim would. Maybe a little worse on hardware of the time because we have a higher poly count on screen, but most modern hardware should have no trouble running Skywind at all.
And I describe it as if your Skyrim can run like a reasonable selection of mods, you'll be able to run Skywind.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, Trissel is asking, how often do you curse the creation engine light/shadow casting light limits?
It's really frustrating.
Daily.
Yeah, there are things that you can do to sort of like mitigate the issue, but obviously you cannot solve the issue. And it's even more frustrating when I first learned to mess with lighting in Creation Kit on Fallout 4, right? Which effectively, like, there are still limits, but they're virtually irrelevant. Like, by the time that you hit the limit, you would have a stupid number of lights in one room that doesn't even make sense. So Fallout 4 effectively doesn't really have these silly limits that we have to deal with on Skyrim's engine. So when I learned how to like mess with the lighting Creation Kit there, and I had to come over to Skyrim, and I was like starting to like light a room for my own testing. This is before I even joined the Skywind team. I got something that looked really awesome in Creation Kit, right? And then I hop in the game and I've got flickering, and I was like, oh God, I realized I had completely forgotten the limits are totally different. And that was my initial foray. I was going to make a lighting mod for Skyrim, and then I immediately noped out of that after a couple of hours of work, realizing there's no way that I want to deal with this. So the people who have done the lighting on Skywind, my heart goes out to them for the limits that they have to work around. My work is mostly broad strokes, where I just kind of like, I handle the ambient lighting and stuff like that. The actual placement of point lights is pain on Skyrim's engine. It really is.
Like, our QA team has this whole pass devoted to just walking around a dungeon with a torch to make sure no flickering happens.
Okay, I see the
Also-
person who asked the question about the dungeon.
Yep.
Okay, so let me pause the music so I can think a little more clearly for a second. This goes beyond just dungeons. This goes including night exteriors. My belief is that the game should not be unplayable for anyone. Even if they don't have a torch, you should at least be able to see where you're going. Because as much as realism is important for some video games, and in my opinion, I think that realism is beautiful. That's why I do the weather the way I do. I think that this is beautiful, and this is my goal, to make the world look as believable as possible, because for me that enhances my immersion if the world looks as real as I can possibly make it. But putting that aside, even though I'm a big fan of realism, if I was going to go full real, night would be impossible to navigate without a torch. And that's just absurd for a video game. We don't want that. This isn't hardcore mode, right? Like, we don't want the vanilla experience of Skywind to be unplayable if you don't have a torch or you don't have a magic light spell. It should be playable for everyone out of the gate, no matter what. So, with that said, I have to find that fine line of, this is absolutely playable, even in a bright room with sun glaring on my monitor. I can still see where I'm going, but I also want to make sure that it does feel dark. So my goal is to make it feel dark, even if it's not pitch black. I want it to always be playable, but it should definitely, certain areas are just darker than others, and that's certainly just, that is the case. So I can't speak for anyone else, but UCM and I seem to have agreed on this philosophy anytime that we've chatted in the past on this, is that we want to make things dark enough that torches and things like that have utility and have meaning and purpose. So what I try to do is I try to make it to where you can always see where you're going, but you can't necessarily always see what's on a shelf somewhere. For that, for looting, maybe you might need to break out a torch, but you're never going to get lost because the screen is pitch black. So it's again, walking that tightrope of make it dark enough that it feels dark, and make it dark enough that torches have a meaning and a purpose for their use, but don't make it so dark that it's unplayable without those things. Hopefully that answered your question. What is that, Junior JRL Super One? Hopefully that was a satisfactory answer.
I suppose maybe a little. One other thing that might affect things is the texture of the dungeon. Daedric Ruins would need different lighting than Ancestral Tombs, if just because the texture of the Daedric Ruin is so much darker,
right?
Being a kind of bruised purple kind of look.
I see what you did there, Super One.
Ban that man. Ban that man for the pun.
We don't do puns around here.
All right, I'm on it.
So, Sexual Austin Powers says, Elder Scrolls Cave Dungeons don't need a torch, basically, ever, if you have gamma up even a little bit. Yeah, so, my personal goal is to make our interiors, the dark areas, be noticeably darker than vanilla Skyrim, but again, never so dark that you cannot navigate without a torch. I think we need to have, we need the interiors to be dark enough that torches have meaning. If they're so bright that you never need a torch, then why break out a torch ever, right? But I don't want to ever force someone to have a torch to get somewhere, right? I think torches should be an aid in looting, right? If we've got a dark corner that might have an item somewhere that is a bit tough to see without a torch, maybe you walk right past that and you miss it. Whereas if you have a torch, oh, there's something there. That's what torches are for, right? They're to illuminate dark areas. Never is anything going to be pitch black, but I definitely want it dark enough that torches have a purpose. hopefully I don't sound like I'm going in circles. I'm hoping that my point of view comes across properly.
I mean, I think it makes sense. It's to sort of sum it up for Albino Panda.
Yeah,
It's not so much immersion, so much as an enhancement, a convenience thing.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you crank the gamma all the way up to the max, you're gonna see stuff. All right, like I can't like hide stuff from people. They're gonna jack the brightness up if they want to do that. Obviously, that's totally fine. That's on them. That's their game, how they want to play. But at the default settings, my goal is just to make it so that less of an immersion thing, but more of a help. I suppose if you cranked the gamma, you'd see those things without a torch. But for the players who like immersion, even the vanilla settings are not going to be dark enough for some people. That's okay. I have a secondary goal. Again, this is not a Skywind goal like from the Skywind team. It's a personal goal of mine. I may or may not be able to accomplish this. Since I am personally working on like the overall ambient lighting levels for Skywind, I'll have a level of access that no other mod author externally from the Skywind team will have access to until Skywind releases. So what I'm going to try to do is, while I'm personally working on this, I'd like to also do another pass at some point where I make a brighter and a darker interior plugin, so that when Skywind drops, I don't know if the team would want to officially like offer those plugins, but if they don't, then I would certainly offer them as a mod page on my own. So for people that want that hella dark, I have to have a torch to go on a dungeon experience, I want to be able to make that for those people. And for people that find the vanilla Skywind experience still too dark for them, then I'll make something more akin to vanilla Skyrim, if that makes sense.
Yeah, we haven't really discussed too much on any kind of optional day one plugins, but I mean, maybe I'm not promising anything. I'm not stating any official plan, but for the audience. But similar to Bethesda doing the 4K texture pack, or they just do it 2K. Either way, and HD textures, the way Bethesda did that for Skyrim.
Yeah, the workload on Skywind is extremely huge.
Yes.
There are hundreds and hundreds of interiors. So the amount of work that we have to do on the initial pass to get the vanilla experience the way we want is already significant. If I were to be able to do, and hopefully I can, if I were to be able to do a couple of other passes doing a dark and a lighter version, again, it's still a big workload. So I don't know that it's something that Skywind, the project, could promise, but personally from me, it's something that I want to do on my own time. And if we on the Skywind team as a whole, if we finish our lighting work well before the other departments finish the remaining work, then that means that, UCM and I and anybody else who's on the lighting team will have time on our hands to perhaps go back and do that. But again, no promises. It is a huge workload, and it's something that I'd like to do.
The actual number of interiors is 1,274.
Yeah, that's a lot. And UCM and I have been known to spend like 3 hours on like 4 or 5 interiors. So you can kind of like extrapolate that as to how long that takes. And of course, like all the interiors are not complete yet. So you got to wait on level design. Then we have to do our pass. So the workload is very large.
Fair, those 3 hours are often doing like
experimentation.
Experimentation, but also like a template that will apply to most cells of that same type.
Yeah, we try to be as efficient as we can.
Yeah.
So guys, I want to release Skywind probably tomorrow. Just announcing it. It's done, guys. That's a joke. It is not. That's a joke. It's not at all. Do not take me seriously, please. Just joking. Not real at all.
Dal.
Not.
I think Dal just.
That is a joke. It's not real at all. Not real at all. Okay. There's still tons and tons and tons and tons of work to do. That is just a joke. Please do not take that serious. Can we go ahead and make that poll that we talked about earlier before the stream?
Yeah, I looked into it. We need to be affiliate. We need to be affiliates. In order
Okay.
to make polls.
All right. Well, I tell you what, I can look. Actually,
You do a
UCM.
straw poll real quick, like we did for ModCon.
Yeah, that'll work. UCM, can you take a look at Notion and then make up a quick straw poll of all of the different weather types for Bitter Coast, and we'll ask the chat what they would like to see me work on, and I'll see about making a weather ID to match that.
Okay. So everything that hasn't been done yet.
Yeah, ideally, yeah.
Yeah. Give me just a minute.
In other news, chat, I made a really good soup the other day, and it's way better that it's been in the fridge for a day now.
I'm never going to be allowed to stream again after that joke.
So if you have any questions about more lighting stuff and weather stuff, please keep sending it. But if you have questions about my soup, it's there.
Dow came in with the official answer.
Yeah.
Good on you, Dow. That was a good soup, ladies and gentlemen.
Tell you what, one thing that we can do while we're waiting on that straw poll, let me, 1 second, I'm going to hop out of the game 1 moment and take a look at my Discord channel here. 1 second.
You're right, Dow. We can't leave UCM and the DLC together. Who knows what he'll say? Who knows?
678 is sunrise and 1925 is sunset. Okay.
You're no blabbermouth, are you, UCM?
No, never.
6.78. All right, so I'm going to walk around. This is morning, okay? This is sunrise.
What's the Morrowind equivalent of a rooster? Cacawing.
So this is morning. Let's go to noon. Okay. In a moment, I'm going to just ask the chat what time of day did they find the most beautiful once we've gone through them all. So you guys saw morning. I'll go back to that real quick. There's morning. Sky. And here is noon. And here is sunset. And then we'll go to night.
All right, chat.
So, real quick, the options I have in the poll right now: light fog, heavy fog, clear, sun shower, and rain. That sound right for what we haven't done so far?
Yeah, it does sound right. I think we do have a heavy fog, but I do want to redo that, to be honest.
Okay.
Sun shower is like when it's like lightly raining, Dal, but the sun is also out at the same time. I don't know how common that is around where you live, but in the U.S. it's really common in like Florida and places like that.
Don't you know, Trey? In Germany, they don't have the sun. Dal hasn't seen the sun in years.
Chat, how do we feel about the night?
I love this. This looks so good, dude. Like, I love how you can see the little, what I colloquially call tree cancers off in the distance. You can still see it a little bit in front of you, but it's all very gloomy.
Mm-hmm.
Werewolf weather, exactly. I feel like this would be, I would transform out here into something, or something would come and bite me and take me off to be feasted upon.
I last worked on this weather maybe 2 weeks ago, and my first instinct about the night here personally is I feel, maybe chat can tell me differently, I feel that the moonlight is slightly too bright on the ground. Does anybody else have that impression, or does it feel fine to you guys?
It is a little. It is a little bright.
Oh, my
Yeah.
wife just got home. If you guys hear her, like I said, I'm a family man,
Invite-
so.
Invite her to stream. Let's do a collab.
1 second, I'm gonna go try to close the door real quick. One moment.
Don't
Yes.
forget to vote, folks.
Yeah, don't forget to
Post it
vote.
again. So far, it's 50-50 with 1 vote apiece.
If you're dope, you will vote. If you're dope, you will vote. So now that we're here, you see,
All
what have
right.
you been doing lately? How's life?
Very busy, man. Let me tell you. I'm
Yeah, man.
finally getting a little bit of Skywind time, though, which is nice.
Consider me dope. Excellent, Austin Powers. I'm not saying the first part of your name. Congratulations
Thank you.
on voting.
Thank you, Sexual Austin Powers. Can I just call you Sexual?
Just call him Sex.
And now I have to ban both of you again.
Okay. So while I've got this up, the moonlight question, if you guys wanted to see this in action. So if I click on sunlight at night, because the game considers it sunlight, it's just the direct light in the sky. I set the brightness and the color just live in real time. Now, what it was previously is about here. So I'm just going to drop it down a little bit, just a tiny bit there. Yeah, see, my brain is no longer screaming at me that it looks weird. I think that's okay. But if chat feels differently, that's important because I need a general consensus on, what looks good. I know what my eyes tell me, but I don't always trust my eyes because, again, you guys just saw, like, I was away from it 2 weeks and I found something I didn't like, so. Let's go up this way.
We'll give the poll, say, 3 more minutes. But so far, sun shower's winning.
Isn't that a beautiful night sky? Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
So beautiful.
Our landscape level designers are absolutely incredible. Look at that.
I love our landscapers. Overseer's been hard at work on Zafrabel Bay on the other side of the island. That looks amazing. I think we posted something on our socials today about that. Mel's working in the Ashlands. Things are coming together.
Oh, another thing about the night. So most games tend to make moonlight kind of blue. And that's a stylistic choice. But again, in the pursuit of realism, I opted to actually make the moonlight color more representative of Masser here, which is like the big moon. So you can see like my armor is lighting up with that color of the moon itself. So in Skywind, moonlight is actually going to be sort of pinkish. But you'll notice that you don't really register pink on the ground. And that's because I'm sort of balancing that with making everything else around the moonlight sort of blue to sort of mimic the way that at least human eyesight, it's called the, I'm not sure if I'm even pronouncing it right, but it's called the Purkinje effect, where as you get lower and lower light into your eyes transition from using the cones to rods, which are more sensitive to light, but don't really give you a lot of color information. And so the end result is that, like, when you've been outside at night for a while, everything looks sort of like grayish blue. And that's not because it's actually grayish blue. That's because that's the way your eyes are perceiving it, because your eyes are effectively in low light mode. So what I try to do is I try to mimic that here as well. So we have a mixture of that blue night feeling, but also we get that pinkish moonlight from Masser itself. And you can see it glinting off the armor here.
How many lights can a light implementer light before the light becomes too bright?
There's a debug mode in CK that lets you to see how many lights are hitting a mesh. Blue and green are fine. Purple is when it's getting too close, and red it means it's going to start causing flickering issues.
Also, I did like your tongue twister there. Play history.
That's good.
Let's pull up a torch, by the way, and we'll show how that looks here in this weather. In this case, I don't think you would need a torch in this particular weather at night, but this is the way the torch looks. And hopefully you can kind of see my philosophy, right? This is quite dark here, where we can see where we're going, but in shadow, let's pretend that was a shelf there, right? We don't see much here. This is really dark, but we still see what's going on. As we get closer, the torch would then light up what's there. So hopefully
that is how it would look like in real life, right? If you're just like using eyeballs in the dark.
Yeah. So, I'm trying to straddle this line of making it feel dark, but also, again, giving torches utility. This corner here is another example, right? We can see all around. Even if I don't have the torch, let's favorite it, and then we can top it up here, right? I can still see. Like, this is not a problem. It's not pitch black. But let's pretend for a moment there's a shelf there and there's loot. I might not see that because I don't have a torch, so I'm just going to run on by, right? But I'm in the dungeon. I got my torch out. Oh, would you look at that? There's a shelf full of items here I didn't notice. And so that's kind of how I'm trying to treat the dark lighting in Skywind. Try to just make it... go ahead, Sam.
I was just going to say, speaking of utility, we also have not just torches like Skyrim had, we also have other kinds of light like Morrowind had, like travel lanterns. And what we're going for there is to have the same, maybe less light, but it lasts longer than a torch because it's a nice little enclosed lamp. Things like that. So there's some trade-offs and just feels more organic to the world, like other ways to walk around with light.
I just had a really dumb idea.
What's that?
What if you're on fire, you act as a light source until the fire goes out?
That's possible, but I don't know it would be friendly to light limit in heavily lit cities.
I feel like I can hear Spectral screaming in the distance at the idea.
He doesn't scream. He judges silently.
Oh, can we get another straw poll? Is that one done, by the way, or are they still going?
They're still going, but it's been a few minutes, and Sun Shower looks like it's taking it away. So
okay, then yeah, we'll do Sun Shower. Can we create another poll? This one's not super important. On everyone's favorite time of day for this particular weather ID. So we've seen night for a little bit. So let's go to sunrise.
Yeah, it might be easier just to ask people to put it in the chat.
Yeah. Maybe. We're almost at 40 viewers as well. Very nice, Trey.
Nice.
Very nice. Well, play history. If you were going to join audio, but you don't understand spectrograms, there's always nav mesh and file cutting, which are always taking people. Pretty entry-level stuff, easy to understand and get into right away. We'd be happy to have you.
Absolutely.
There's also the Arcane University, which teaches all kinds of skills.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about audio to know how important understanding a spectrogram is.
We also desperately need QA people as well. We have so many tickets for QA. I don't think file cutting I think they have tutorials on there for like Audacity and stuff. So you can learn it. It's possible.
I think maybe next time I stream, I should use a controller. I just realized that like all of my mouse head movement might be a little disorienting.
We always do a controller for like the big streams, but
yeah,
I don't think it's too disorienting. I'm not getting motion sickness or anything, but I'm also concentrating more on the chat.
It's okay. I got chat here. You see him. You can do what's right, do what's necessary, speak the news.
Oh, here's some wildlife. I'm sure these have been shown off before, but we might as well take a look while we're out here.
Look at that.
We can also see them in different lighting conditions. I don't think that's been done before.
Oh, is that a... No,
It's a
of
Nick
course
sound.
not. It's not a blinded one. Those aren't in yet.
It's like a gangly little Nick sound there. Like,
There's something
very
incredibly satisfying about like the way the ambient light changes the appearance of these guys. They somehow like look more realistic in the morning. Let's go back over here. Let's go to
Now, what do you think?
sunset.
Now, what do you think Nick sounds taste like? Because I'm thinking beef, but maybe like some form of bug meat, since they're like bug dogs.
I figured some kind of bug meat, but I've never had bug. Personally.
But you've had baby fish, correct?
I was going to say, I've had some weird meals, but never bug.
You gotta tell the baby fish story.
I think I've told it on stream before, but basically, I took a trip to China a few years ago before COVID, and while I was there, a restaurant tricked me and my friends into eating what they called baby fish. They told us it's a local delicacy. You'll never even get it anywhere else in China. Only here in Xi'an. That was it. Only in Xi'an can you get baby fish. So we were talked into it. We got it. We ordered it along with a bunch of other things, and they brought it out as the last course of the meal. And it was this curry, this sort of soup, so you couldn't really see what was in there. And it was just this um, thick broth with vegetables and a couple of fruits floating around in it and meat. And we were eating it. It was delicious, melt in your mouth, until one of us pulled out a little claw. And we realized this isn't fish. And so then we started Googling, and apparently, baby fish is the euphemistic name for giant salamander, which is extremely endangered and recognized everywhere but China as endangered. China, meanwhile, says, no, eat away. And we call it baby fish. So, yeah, the internet was full of people going like, I can't believe I just ate this.
And that's how UCM helped with extinction. The end. Just kidding, but still.
Right. And then, of course, you're left with the dilemma like, do you finish the meal?
Do you? Did you? I don't think you did, right?
Bear with me on stream. I'm getting this weather set up. Sorry for the bright image.
Why do they call it baby fish? It's a euphemism.
It has something to do with how they sound, I think. I actually have to Google that again.
It's play history does have a point. If you ate it and it's already dead, it's not like you can bring it back to life. Oh yeah, so giant salamanders have claws. They hurt when they scratch you.
Yeah, and it was just in the meal.
Yeah, they got really big mouths too.
Okay, so according to Google, the giant salamander is known to vocalize, making barking, whining, hissing, or crying sounds. Some of these vocalizations bear a striking resemblance to the crying of a young human child, and as such, it is known in the Chinese language as the infant fish. I have more questions now.
I don't think I've ever had a baby hiss at me, but maybe I just haven't been doing something right.
Clearly, you've never taken care of a child.
This is true. I've had them whine at me, though. Does that count? Hey, man.
Hey, just no. It was already cooked. I never saw it when it was live. I would not have eaten it if I had. It was already prepared.
And plus, I mean, seeing your food live at markets in places across Asia is not too uncommon. when I was in Japan, I saw a lot of like live lobster, crab, in tanks cooked and made on the spot. And also in Mexico. It just happens all over the world. I don't think it's a commonplace in America. I think.
I will
At
say
least
I had some delicious food while I was there. It was amazing.
you got to tell me about it one of these days. We can't make
I mean,
this the
some
foods.
amazing dim sum. Uh, tried a century egg. That was interesting.
Ooh. Okay, I gotta ask you
I
about that.
was not a fan of the century egg.
Oh, okay. Trey, are you happy that we've turned your stream into the food stream?
It's fine. I'm doing these preliminary boring steps to get this weather set up and going here.
Yeah, I figured we were filling time.
Yeah.
Jester's century egg. They take an egg and literally bury it for 100 days. It's not literally a century, but 100 days, and then you eat the egg.
Don't they also put in like a calcium carbonate thing? Like they marinate
Maybe.
it first?
I don't know. We just went to a restaurant that just served century eggs.
Every time I think
Also
about that
tea
century.
eggs. I had a lot of
Oh,
eggs while I was there.
that sounds fun. Every time I think of century egg, though, I just think of the smiling friends thing, like I'm the century egg, not that drawer, not that drawer.
I wasn't hearing century. You were hearing like century, like a guard, I guess.
Yes, century egg, the type of egg that shoots you when you try to get near it and eat it.
Later, Tristle.
Bye, Tristle.
The
Uh,
What do Westerners eat that they think is weird?
corn syrup. People,
Yeah, probably a lot of corn syrup.
yeah, they're like, why would you put that in your body?
Cheese is apparently considered kind of weird, or used to be. I think it's kind of that's changed.
It's my cat. Hello, cat.
But yeah, so let that be a lesson to everyone in the stream. If anyone ever offers you baby fish,
Say
don't
no.
now. You can't have it now because now you know what it is.
Unless you're really, really willing to do some awful things for a good time, I guess. But otherwise, I would say just don't do it.
I will say, it tasted really good. It was genuinely melt in your mouth, delicious.
Yeah, I guess that why crime is tasty. You see him 2025. Honestly, if they didn't want to go instinct, why were they so delicious to begin with? That's my question.
It's their fault.
Yeah.
Uh, Also, gestures, yeah. This create tool lets us change an enormous amount of things just in game. Before this tool existed, we had to go in to the creation kit, make changes, and try to approximate how it would look in game because the creation kit has a slightly different renderer than what the actual in game rendering looks like. So you cannot guarantee that colors are going to stay the exact same, fog values will stay the same, any of that.
You can't trust your eyes when you're looking at the creation kit.
Presumably play history. I mean, they do for every game. Every game gets a few features that the previous one didn't have, and sometimes new limitations.
Listen, Super, it's like the hot pepper analogy. Why would they make themselves taste so good spicy if they want to be eaten in the first place? They should have thought of something else.
For example, one thing that Fallout 4 got that I would kill for, two things. One, no light limit, effectively, as we talked about earlier. But the other thing is uh, it has the ability to create sort of no, there's three things that I would kill for. I will kill three people for these these features.
You would kill 3 people.
Light-
Awesome.
I'd kill 3 people. You heard it here. The
Nice.
first person would die so that I could get no light limit. The second person would die so they have this thing where you can create sort of presets out of specific objects, and then you can just place them as you need them. That would be super handy and save a lot of time. The third poor person to die would be layers. Like in Photoshop, you can have layers, like so you can turn off certain things that you just don't need to see for a bit, just to get them out of the way. I would kill for that more than any of the others in Skyrim. The ability to get rid of things like the fog or the water just with one click. It'd be so handy.
All right, chat. Who's offering their lives for these features? Step up now. How does the game move between 2 different weathers? Does it slowly adjust various values between the preset weathers to simulate the change, or is it only change day to day?
It interpret. Wait, I'm sorry. Are you asking like how Skyrim handles it? Because the way Skyrim handles transition from weather to weather is unchanged in Skywind. Like the way the game engine does it underneath is each one of these values within a given weather ID, like not even counting transitioning from one weather to another, it's interpolating linearly between each of these colors based on the time of day. So right now I'm only working on the day colors. If it were to transition to another weather, as the time moves on, it will transition from this color to the same color on the next weather ID. And it'll just blend those colors between the two. And that's the way it works in the background.
Also, Hecky says I'm going to get the VOD library banned.
It's
SMH.
okay.
Oh, I forgot to turn the music
If I am
on.
actually walking a dangerous line, sorry.
Yeah, Hecky, let us know if we're being bad people. We'll try our best to fix it, but I can't promise UCM can change so quickly. If you have any more questions, though, please continue. Maybe ask UCM what other animals he's eaten to extinction, or perhaps ask Trey about weather stuff, or ask about Skywind stuff, or maybe just anything. Why do we gotta limit ourselves, you know? Like UCM, when are you gonna have shark fin soup? That's a good question.
Not planning on it. You see, you can only ethically eat an endangered animal if you don't know that it's endangered.
Right.
So,
So
you can
what
only
if
do
I
it once.
what if I offered you like danger fish and you try it out? I think you wouldn't know. I'm talking about shark. It's just called danger fish.
I would honestly, if you said that, I think I might assume it's puffer fish because I would assume danger to me, the person eating it.
That's fair. I would never try pufferfish personally. That's too risky.
Dal. No, I'm not going to do that again. I will DM you that joke later.
Well, I'm glad we have.
Now I'm feeling all guilty.
I'm glad we're having some restraint now.
I'm actually going to type what I was going to say so that Dal doesn't like sit there and like be tormented by what I was going to say. I'll just type it up.
Quick, guys, figure out what Trey's saying by listening to the keystrokes. Maybe you can figure out which letter it is.
Also, Damnify says, "Hello, Trey."
Who is?
Oh, hello. How you doing?
Is Damnify someone on the team, or am I confuzzled? Because I see that as Damn Niffy, and I agree. Let's Damn Nifs go all the way to hell.
Oh, it was on the team.
No, you were.
Nice.
You could come back.
Yeah. What group were you in? What team were you on?
Is anyone getting the sun shower vibe yet? We're not there, but we're getting
I was
there.
gonna say oh, there's the rain.
Yeah, there's a
Wasn't
rain. I
coming
can see
through
that.
super well on the.
I like it. Maybe there could be some slight cloud wisps in the sky, but otherwise,
Yeah, clouds are
nothing.
coming after all of this.
Got
Okay.
it. Oh, so just looking at this, yeah, this is good. I like this. Thinking of like a clear shower in the afternoon. Yeah.
Hmm. I think I'll be able to more confidently say that when I do see the clouds.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If we ignore the sky, though, like this is working, right?
Yeah, it works.
Mm-hmm.
So now we need to add the other good stuff. That is way too intense right now. So
Now that's classic Morrowind. Yeah, Damnify, if you're ever interested, there's always space. I say for another team. Right now, I know what we're really looking for is clothing artists.
oh, sorry everybody for the Discord ping sound. That's from my computer, not yours. I should probably put Discord in streamer mode so that you guys don't have to hear the notification noises. There we go.
Oh, Skilly. Gotcha. I didn't recognize you with a different name. Gotcha. And yeah, just I can see that, like the whole painting. It does kind of look like a palette.
It's okay, Hecky. I'll think of you. Give me 1 second. Okay, I thought of you. There you go.
How kind of you.
I know. It takes a lot of effort for me to think of people. I have to, actually turn on my brain for a couple seconds. It's an effort, but we do what we must. Super one supposes that lighting the 6-house dungeon must be really cool.
Yeah.
That's one that we've been working on very recently, actually.
I'll leave that up to UCM if we want to show that off after this weather ID. Yeah, we've been doing some work on that.
All right.
They're not all quest related, so we could go to the one that we were at.
Is this still Sun Shower?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I like the mist and the mugginess in the air. It's good.
Yeah, I think that's what is missing earlier when I wasn't totally able to see it. Now I definitely get it.
I'm going to give it a slight green tint to kind of capture some of the reflected light from the actual trees around in the grass. Really subtle changes, but there we go. I think it might be a bit bright. Yeah, Jester, it is kind of like that.
Thank you. Thank you all. Appreciate it.
I have some clouds that I can put in here, but they'll have to be temporary for sake of the stream because I have to make new clouds for this weather type. But for now, we'll grab these clouds.
And that's a fun question for you. How does one make clouds using Create?
clouds are not made with Create. Clouds are actually made with a totally separate game engine called Unigen. And those clouds are baked into a texture that we then apply in Create. We have a custom cloud mesh that instead of like having like little cards in the sky, that's the way the vanilla game works. It just has like little cards that rotate around like this. Our sky mesh is the whole sky, so we can wrap a full three-dimensional, like a three-dimensional volumetric cloud that's been baked into a texture. We can wrap around the sky like a panorama. So that gives us clouds that look volumetric in 3D, and they can have sunset, sunrise, afternoon, and night lighting on them. So that gives our clouds some volume. So right now I'm just going to copy all of these cloud layers over. And right now it's going to look broken. Just ignore the sky for now. Like just doing this, like the cloud texture stuff, without Create, this is even more of a nightmare than the lighting stuff is. What Create allows us to do is so incredible, and it makes making these weathers so much easier.
You know who I haven't heard from in a while? Gans.
Good old games.
Good old Gans. Wonder what he's up to. That big old bear in the Midwest.
Probably running away after he heard you mention his name. God, I'm not talking to him.
Probably. I miss Gans. He does streams here now and then.
Yeah, he streamed not too long ago. I think he's the last person to stream before Trey, or within the last 3.
I think he hasn't streamed since August, actually, because I streamed at the start of this month. Then it was Dan, and then there was someone else. I can't remember. Hey, man, look, it's been a long day.
Same.
Yeah. Got some Skywind work done. I think I got another house done. Gotta do a very deep, thorough reviews, so I make no errors, or at least as minimum error as possible.
Yeah. I'm very happy that reviews are moving along.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
currently, what I'm doing is going through a few old bug tickets and issues that some of my old dungeons had, and fixing those up. Things I've been procrastinating on for a bit.
Hold on, you can make errors. You see them?
And I make more errors than the rest of the team combined.
I thought you were perfect.
I am the landscaperist of landscapers, so I make 5 times as many errors.
Whoa. You hearing this, guys? My reality? You hear that noise? Shattered, broken, deceased, obliterated.
Hey man, if you work hard, one day you can reach my level of error making.
Did
I
I hear
believe in you.
Did I hear you see him 30 minutes ago? He's a menace. Yeah, I mean he's not that much of a menace. He's more of a just a little fella, I'd say. Also, Nick out here with the disc. Dang, Nick, dang.
So you guys if you guys are watching the stream here, the way that our clouds work is I have a base layer here, and that just determines effectively the underside of the cloud. So here I've got it set to this color. But then we have another layer here. This is our zenith lighting, which means lighting that just comes from directly overhead. When I turn that on, you can see that that gives volume to the cloud. And that can be tended toward any color, right? But in this case, we just want white. And I think I'm going to just drop that a little bit and saturate this a bit. We're missing. Push that a little bit harder.
What can you tell us about weather making in Bitter Coast compared to other regions? What's the differences overall? Any challenges with it?
No, there's not any challenges that are separate. The thing about different regions is it's important to keep in mind like the surroundings that you're in. So in this case, I know that there is a ton of grass and a ton of green trees and just overall greenery around me, which means that the air, the atmosphere here needs to have a slight tint toward that color to sort of reflect the fact that light is bouncing all over the place and hitting leaves, the ground, and so on. So I take the surroundings into account. Like for example, in the Ashlands, we don't need that green tint, right? Everything should be a little more neutral in color, and so on. So hopefully that made some sense.
What do you believe? Like, what do you believe will be the hardest weather to make for? Like in theory,
The hardest weather to do right will be the ash storms. By far.
Do you consider the blight storms to be like a flavor of ash storm or
Yeah.
a separate weather?
Yeah, when I say ash, I'm lumping blight into that as well. In terms of because in terms of weather, they're similar in how they're constructed. What's going on here? What is that from? That must be a cloud. Yeah. Okay.
What do I review next for tomorrow? Actually, Loki, let's actually check out Skooma Den. I was joking, but let's see.
Hang on, I think my cat just knocked over something potentially very expensive. Be right back.
Excellent. Don't you love that, Trey, when your pet messes up something very expensive? Isn't that just a nice addition to your day?
It's amazing. You'll love to see it.
Yes, we do. Oh my god, what is this? Hold on. Huh. So this is the Skooma Den, huh? Yeah. Yeah, I'll review this, alright. This is cool. Doesn't look like it needs that much tweaks as well. Maybe a couple things here and there. Otherwise, hell yeah, I'll do this. It's awesome. Good stuff, Nick. From what I'm seeing. Maybe needs a couple adjustments, but not bad, not bad, not bad. Now you gotta make a weather tray for when the rapture happens in the sky and Todd Howard descends from the skies to bring justice to Morrowind.
Howard Rapture.
And back.
Have you heard about the Howard rapture, UCM?
No,
Oh man, he doesn't know. He doesn't know.
I do not.
Knows not, does he? People on TikTok say the rapture is tomorrow. Damn, why haven't I heard about this?
Another
Gotta
entry in the Wikipedia article for raptures that were promised and then didn't happen.
Is that a thing?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of that's happened every few years throughout human history. Now I know you're, preschool, but in 2012 there's a famous one based around the Mayan calendar.
I remember that one, yeah. I don't think I was in preschool. I don't know where I was. While you were in your old man chair, dying and having tetanus, tinnitus in your ear, UCM. I'm sure I was off somewhere. What time zone is the rapture? Because it's already the 23rd here in New Zealand.
Then
I
I
don't know.
have some very bad news for you, Shiver Me Tingles.
Yeah, I think we won't be seeing you soon, so I hope the best for you. Oh, 23rd, 24th. You have time, Tingles. You have time. Maybe start gathering supplies for food. If you're in New Zealand, you're not that far from Australia, and we know what happens to Australia when the apocalypse happens, so maybe start investing in a car. And some road leathers.
Just like that documentary, Mad Max.
Yeah.
Documentary.
Can't believe they made like 3 parts of that documentary. Actually, technically 4.
Technically
he
5.
keeps finding weird people like Morton Joe and I'm forgetting the name
Lord
of the
Humongous. The Lord
Thank
Humongous.
you, Lord Humongous. Which
the
that
Ayatollah
just
of rock
seems
and
like-
rolla.
that just seems like someone gave up on coming up with a name in the writing room. He's the Lord Humongous. I don't give a shit.
But wouldn't that just be the type of name some asshole would give themselves in the apocalypse? Like some random Joe Schmo.
True.
Like some people would be like, I'm Ripper or I'm Knives, It's just like that's just
I mean,
the kind
the
of thing. some
bad
people
guy
do.
from the first one was named Toe Cutter.
See, that's cool, but like it's still just like an action and a body part,
Looking back on it, Lord Humongous was very, very Darth Vader-ish, which
He
makes
was.
sense for the time.
I wouldn't get Darth Vader vibes from a guy wearing a leather thong and a ski mask, but it works.
I mean, he was a burn victim, wore a mask that you never really saw his face. Alright, it kind of ends there, but still.
I mean, hey, he can like crush a guy's throat with his hand. That was cool. Let's be real though, none of us will be the Lord Humongous in the apocalypse. We're the people they tie to the ends of their cars.
I mean, speak for yourself, but
Okay, what's your apocalypse name gonna be then?
I'll finally reveal what UCM stands for, and it'll be amazing.
Oh my god. Is that what's gonna happen during the rapture? I cannot wait for it now.
Also, if anyone's curious, all that happened was the cat knocked over an Xbox controller from the table.
Oh, okay. That's just like $670. No biggie.
Yeah, I don't think it broke.
Is it true Bardau killed the dinosaurs? Absolutely not. Because we still have dinosaurs in Morrowind. Guar, Elite, Kaguti. It kills the dinosaurs in the 4th era, though. Hecky May is screaming into the void. What's up, Hecky? What if I would do if I could levitate RL? Well, if I can't control it and I just levitate uncontrollably, I guess I just float up into space and die from lack of oxygen. But if I could control it, honestly, I don't even think I would levitate because I'm afraid of heights. You know?
But why would you be afraid of heights if you could levitate?
Is it timed levitation, or is it just like I have it forever? Turn it off at will.
I would absolutely levitate, but I admit I can't think of how I would possibly improve my life with it other than just
getting places faster.
Is it any faster than walking?
I don't know.
Just
depends on fast levitation, I guess. Because if I could like levitate, because like levitation's basically like slower flying, right?
I always kind of took it as like you're walking on air, so I always just sort of assumed you were stuck levitating at whatever speed you normally walk or run at.
Oh my god, it's Gans! I was just talking about you, thinking about you, longingly, a while ago.
Let's hit the brakes.
Hit the brakes? What?
Yeah, when he said longingly, I felt like we needed to hit the brakes there.
Oh. No longing allowed.
Yeah, we don't long around here.
We short. I guess I could climb my house to my house a little quicker since I live on the 3rd floor. So I guess levitating. Oh, that'd be great for groceries, actually. Yeah, I know you're right. I would totally do it. Good point, Hickey. How long have y'all been? Go ahead.
I was just gonna read it like you, or you go ahead.
Okay. How long have y'all been working on Skywind? When did you get started on the project? I'll let you two go first.
So I joined Skywind during COVID. My job, I suddenly found myself furloughed, meaning I had an extra. I was just working 4 days out of the week instead of 5, and being paid for the 4. So suddenly I had nowhere to go and an extra day in every weekend. So I've been paying attention to Skywind for years before that, and used that opportunity to go ahead and volunteer. And I remember being very nervous about my application. I sat on it for like 2 or 3 days before I finally sent it in, and an hour later I was accepted.
Trey, when did you start working on Skywind? When did you?
I've been here since. Well, I originally came up with the idea for Skywind, so I'm like sort of the founding father. I've been here since day 0, actually. No, I applied. I think the year anniversary just recently passed. About a year ago in 24. Because I had seen some streams and I saw that there was room for improvement in the exterior lighting, so I offered to help, and they accepted.
Longingly did we accept him.
I longingly applied.
Yes, sir. I also joined a year ago. I joined in July, beginning of July. I actually sent a message to UCM because I'm a level designer about a month beforehand in May or June, I forget which. And I sat on my ESP submission for about a month before I was like, okay, it's ready now. And then I gave it to him, and he's like, all right, cool. I didn't think you'd actually learn the engine, but you're in. And I was like, awesome. And that's
Yeah, I
the
was
end
gonna
of that.
say it was the first time you ever really messed with Skyrim.
It was. I've had experience because I'm a level designer by actual job, or I would say job, maybe not in this current market. I had experience in Unity, Hammer plus plus, a bunch of different like level editor engines and stuff. So it wasn't too hard to understand Skyrim, the creation kit. But it was my first time ever touching it when I first joined. And now I basically know pretty good, at least the major sweeps of it.
Stacko, I can't really answer the question of like, in terms of like quest and content and all that. But what I can tell you is, and this is not an official number, this is just my own number. I believe the exterior locations and stuff, like our world space, I think that's like very close to being complete. So like all of the exterior locations, most of that work is done. And quite a bit of the interior work is also done. So put it this way, Skywind is further along than people might think that it is, but it's certainly not like, ready by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah. It's like there's definitely regions that are still being worked on, such as Zafrabel Bay. Zafrabel Bay is sort of being finalized right now by one of our level designers, Overseer. Another one, Mel, is working in the Ashlands. Nick himself, my co-lead, is working on Red Mountain. Numbers are hard to come by. It's a very difficult thing to quantify, but we've made a lot of progress in the last year or two, which we're very proud of.
If I had to give a percentage of how done
I mean,
Skywind is, I would say
let's not get
42 to the
numbers.
42 to the power of 10. That's how much I would say is Skywind done.
Oh, okay. I worried you were actually about to try and calculate a number,
No,
like an actual percentage. I was gonna have to go. Hang on. Where? Let me see your math.
I don't do math. I do guessing. But yeah,
I promise that Skywind will have released by the time 2100 comes around. I can confidently say that is the case.
Yeah.
So by the time next century hits, Skywind will have launched for sure.
Within the next 75 years.
Yes.
It'll happen before Gans can finish saying onomatopoeia.
I was just going to say onomatopoeia.
But can he spell it without looking at a dictionary or online?
Fair. Also, Jester's sketchbook. I think most of the "this will never be finished" comments mean, I want this done so bad I can't take it. Honestly, and this is just something, this is purely anecdotal and very satisfying to me. I feel like I've been able to see a decrease in those kind of comments over the years, like especially this year. Like people just are have joined us in being confident that this is going to release. Like we know it will, and now I think even the people who have said that in the past think it will as well, which is very satisfying.
Weird question, maybe, but do you guys think when Sky Oblivion finishes up, you may get an influx of modders from that project? I'll give my personal answer before I let these two speak.
Okay.
I think that'll largely depend on the individual modder. Some modders would be like, all right, I'm done. I need a break. Some modders may be like, all right, I need to change of pace. I want to try doing a different project. I don't think that's just a specific us question, because we also have so many other people like the Tamriel built people, like Beyond Skyrim teams, like Argonia, Rascrea, Iliac Bay. It just kind of depends, like, on the person, and maybe some people still want to stick with Sky Oblivion. Maybe do some touch-ups, fixes, bug patches, all that kind of stuff. So it's really hard to say.
Yeah, I mean that's more or less my answer as well is it depends on the individual modder. Some I have no idea what their Sky Oblivion's plans are post-release. So, and yeah, some will probably want to take a break. Some might move on to other projects. Some might move on to us. And yeah,
I know personally for me, when Skywind, if and when Skywind finishes, I hope it finishes. I really do. I think I might take a little break from it, honestly. Like I usually try to do it like a bit every day. I'm pretty consistent with it, but sometimes you gotta step back for a little while so you can get a clear head, come back into the game nice and fresh.
I've been telling my friends for a couple of years now, that I was soon going to just completely retire from modding. So Skywind's probably the last big thing that I work on before I walk off into the modding sunset.
And you will be sorely missed.
yes.
I mean, I'm not gonna die or anything, but like I'm
just go out onto the ice flows.
yeah. My reasons for that are I'm 38 years old. In December I turned 39. I'm almost 40. And I have an 11-year-old son. I'm much more interested in spending time with him and watching him grow up than I am fiddling with video games for another 10 years, right? So I don't know, I'm becoming more interested in older guy things. So just natural progression, I guess.
Soon Trey's gonna have his fishing boat, his bucket hat, and that's gonna be his new thing. He's just gonna catch a trout on the lake for the next couple of years. And honestly, that's a based way to live.
After he walks off into the sunset that he designed.
Into the rapture.
He's going to start grilling.
I
Now,
can see it.
the one thing that will stop that from happening sooner rather than later is if Skywind announces that we are also doing DLC in the future, then yeah, I'll stick around for that. But after everything Skywind is done, yeah, I'm probably done with the hobby as well.
Fair enough. Nick asks, is your son going to play Skywind?
Almost guaranteed he will play Skywind.
And what happens if your son starts shitting on your work?
I mean, that's his right. He can take a dump on it if he wants. But I mean, he's seen me work on it for years. He will have seen me work on it for years. So.
He'll be like, Dad, this sucks. He'll be like, all right, son, go to your room.
No.
I have friends who know that I do this, who plan to play it when it's out, and I know anytime they find the tiniest thing wrong or weird looking, they're gonna take a picture and send it to me and go, "What the fuck, man? Why do you do it this way? Why do you mess up like this? Why do you choose to do this?"
And then you could just put your arm on their shoulder, look them in the eye, and say, "We're no longer friends."
Exactly. You're no longer invited to the barbecue this weekend.
See, UCM's already grilling, and he's like 33, so he's got a lifetime ahead of him.
It's fun.
I actually don't know how old you are, UCM. I just assumed like early 30s.
You actually were exactly right.
Wait, was I right on the money? 33?
Uh-huh.
What? Man, either you tell me that and I'm barely remembering in my subconscious, or I'm just that good.
I think it's mostly the acting like a moron. That was the clue that he was only in his early 30s.
Right. Yeah,
it is new teens.
No early 33-year-old eats baby fish.
Hey, at the time I was 28.
I thought you went there like only a couple years ago, like 2 or 3.
No, I went there in I went to China in December of 2019.
Oh.
And I got back in January of 2020.
You see, I was trying not to say that out loud, but now the jokes are going to start coming in anyways.
I knew they were, but if you knew that, why did you say only 2 or 3 years ago?
Because I was trying to spare you.
Did I bring anything with me? Yeah, I found a couple of cool little souvenirs, a couple of pieces of art that I liked. I had to buy some new shoes there because it's a lot of walking, a lot of hiking. Yeah, yeah, I brought a couple things back.
Yeah. I also went on a trip in 2019. It's the craziest thing. I went to France and then Italy and then Spain and then back to America. So who knows what I brought back?
And Jesters, no, didn't go to Wuhan. Went
Of
to
course.
Shenzhen, Hong Kong, Xi'an, Chengdu, Beijing, not Wuhan.
Did you happen to have any flying fish?
No. We were hiking through some mountains when we encountered some bats, though.
Interesting. Well, people, we know who to blame now. Anywho,
I've been hearing that for years. Every time I go on a trip now, my coworkers tell me not to start another pandemic.
that's fun.
Because, for the record, I didn't.
That you know of.
Right?
Yeah, okay, Jeremy Tingles asks, what is the process and what you're currently working on? Is this color grading?
No. I am changing the colors that adjust the various things that create a weather. So I'm changing the color of the sky, changing the color of the sunlight, the color of the shadows, the color of the clouds. So it's not color grading. It's actually just defining the way the world looks. Color grading would be more this window here. Let's pop this one up real quick. And we'll just do this. This is color grading, right? So this is taking that whole scene and applying a style to it. This is an extreme example, but yeah, that's what color grading is. What I'm currently doing is just the raw weather creation itself.
The tones are so subtle, it's very meticulous. Looks quite satisfying, says Tingles.
It is very satisfying to work on.
I'm sorry, I've forgotten who compared it to painting, but after you mentioned that, I can't not see it as painting.
It kind of is like that, yeah. Okay, how are we looking on the sun shower so far?
Is it raining?
Yeah, I need to edit the rain texture. It's hard to spot, but yeah, you can kind of see there maybe.
I like it. Makes sense for Bitter Coast. Very humid. A little bit of water in the air. Maybe a little less fog.
I mean, the fog is also supposed to be like the rain distance, right?
Yeah, it's a little bright, isn't it?
A little.
Yeah, maybe a little. I guess I'm just thinking of when we get sun showers where I live, it's actually weirdly heavy. So that's what I'm thinking of.
Maybe something like that instead.
You know what? Now that you say it like that,
you mean the rain itself? Like that?
Zipsy asked, "How far is Skywind from being done?" We don't have a concrete number now, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I think an actual honest answer to that question is, if we really wanted to, yes, we could calculate what all's been done and give like a detailed breakdown, but we don't want to saddle ourselves with any kind of ETA.
The big thing is the ETA could always change, given that we're a volunteer project. People,
right.
Life comes up, people get busy, people leave, people join. So yeah, we could give numbers, and we have in the past, very specific numbers, as specific as we can get them. But we just cannot estimate a timeline because people's workloads change.
Yeah, I could cease to exist tomorrow, and then bam, all my work. Someone needs to do it now.
And he does a lot. Or, Quantum does a ton.
Not that much, but I try. We got all sorts of people doing things. Oystery's working on a fort right now. Tomato's doing a Daedric ruin. Newton is busy with college, but he was doing work for a tomb level design stuff, and Decker's doing a Daedric ruin. Fuzz is, I believe, still working on that stronghold layout exterior, and then I haven't heard from Big Papa in a little while. And Nick is just, what isn't Nick doing? We're all doing so much, and over here, so many good LDs on the team. You know how it is. We all contribute, but sometimes we get busy.
Yeah.
Cloud textures need work. These are the wrong textures. I just threw something up so that we'd have clouds in the sky.
Okay.
But saturate that a bit more. Oh, I've got echo.
That was me for a second. Don't worry.
Yeah, we need. Yeah, there we go.
But if any of you all are interested in joining Skywind, we're always happy to take more volunteers.
True.
And if I can learn the CK in a month, so can you. So, for level design anyways, if you're interested in doing level design, obviously. File cutting, nav mesh, those are entry-level stuff, pretty easy to learn as well. Great people on the team. I'm very good friends with a lot of people on those teams. It's not like we're not, I don't know why I said it like that. It's not like we don't talk to each other or very separate, but you know what I mean. So yeah, please consider joining. Happy to have you. Oh, and QA, obviously. If you're interested in doing QA, please, for the love of God, sign up for QA. Like Hecky, I don't know why Hecky hasn't signed up for QA. Honestly, Hecky, I think you're slacking on that. I think you'd be a great QA person. But that's just me. And you know what? Trey, you should do QA as well. I should do QA.
I do not have
Everyone
time
should
to do QA.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like at a certain point we'll all be doing QA to a degree.
A little.
But that's for the future. Yeah, QA does stand for quilt assemblers.
I want a nice, lovely pattern from you by tonight, Gans, or I'm taking away your Snickers.
Oh, play history. You worked on that. I remember that WD fighting game. I cannot remember what it's called, but I remember people talking about it. It's that sort of
Multiverse?
Smash Brothers. That's it. That Smash Brothers sort of game. If you're interested, if you're interested, play history. The bot posted a volunteer link just a little bit above.
Please join if
you join the team.
Considering, I can't promise that you'll get paid for like how you did with Multiverse, but you'll get.
I can promise. I was going to say I can promise that you won't be paid.
Yeah,
it is a volunteer project.
But maybe you can throw the application in, and we'll welcome you with open arms. Depending on how many arms that person has, maybe more, maybe less than the average person.
Sorry, we all jumped on you there. Play history, but
you said QA, and immediately our eyes glazed over.
There's a quick swap between the weather we started the stream with and then the current status of the sun shower.
Pretty.
I think now would be a good time to take a look at that that one interior you were talking about, UCM. He's dead, Jim.
Hang on, am I muted still?
No, you're not. You must have been.
What's up?
I said now would probably be a good time for us to take a look at that interior that you were talking about, the 1/6 house interior.
Yeah, 1 second.
You see him.
Hmm.
I hope you mean poppin', Hecky, because I don't know about that one.
Why do you have to draw attention?
For posterity's sake? Question mark.
Save. It's being
I mean,
saved
if
for the
there's one
VODs.
I mean, if
In the VOD.
I mean, I can clip it right now if you want. I can clip this whole moment and shrine it forever. But I was actually going to say, if there's anything UCM hates in level design, it's bathrooms. No bathrooms in this game. I can promise you that, people.
That is very
You
true.
cannot promise that. Someone is probably going to still try to sneak one in.
Over our dead bodies.
I genuinely look for it when I do reviews.
There we go. He is popping. I agree.
Okay. Go to Hasour, spelled Hassour.
Well, yeah, play history. That's a bathroom, but I don't doubt people are doing business in the public baths. That's kind of uncouth. Ah, yes. Look at this place. This is a 6-house base. What's it
One
called?
second. It
Yeah,
looks like maybe the maybe the fog settings didn't take. Let me see. Because I remember working on this one actually. Yeah, that's fine. Pop that up to 1. And then I need to make sure the cell took.
Who here last played Morrowind? It's been a hot minute for me personally. Been busy, but you know, I guess I do Skywind, and that's technically Morrowind, so it counts, right?
Okay, I think we're good. Going here. And again, keep in mind, my game has AI detection off, so they don't know I'm here.
Look at that gangly looking freak.
For some reason, there should be a lot more fog here. I'm not sure. It might be something broken on my particular setup. Oh, there it is. It's just way off in the distance. I feel like it should be... Oh, that's why. The curve is all wrong. How did that happen? I'll just do it by eye for now.
Yeah, okay. That looks more like what I was expecting.
Yeah, there we go. That's... Okay, so... For some of these 6th house places, I completely abandoned my realism approach and actually went for style. So, someone was asking earlier, about what I was doing color grading. Generally, no, but in this case, I actually used the fog to color grade the scene. So I just sort of integrated the teal and orange into the atmosphere, effectively. Hey, Lart, so an Xedit script to import create preset to plugins, that's really cool, but Kit just made a command line tool to export create presets to a plugin directly. So we'll be using that pretty soon. He sent me the build to do that and then went on vacation. So when he gets back, I think we'll start really digging into that. I would expect him to release that publicly because it's not just like a Skywind only thing. So that should come publicly. So
Skywind was the sort of kick in the pants to do so, but yeah, I can't imagine it'll be exclusive.
Guys, I'm gonna say I think Skywind is the best thing ever.
I think we're pretty cool.
Can we get a like in the chat if you think Skywind's pretty cool? Or a thumbs up, or a...
I was gonna say a like.
Yeah. Hit that subscribe button, smash that like icon.
Ooh.
I'm going to take my helmet off so you can kind of better see like what the lighting is doing. So there's actually some subtle red underlight in here as well. Again, completely throwing realism out the window in favor of style. So you can see that there's red light underneath me, which technically makes zero sense in terms of the actual scene. But in this case, I kind of used like the role of if it looks good, it is good, right? So in this case, I felt like it was more important to go for something that really looks beautiful more than whether or not it looks realistic. Yes, Damnify, we absolutely can. Probably both to that question. Kid is like wanting to open source EVLAS since he has AELAS now. But he's also considered like making a one-off Skywind version of EVLAS that might be a little more tailored to what we need to do. So yeah, the answer to that question is probably both.
Yes, Skywind gets all the insider tools, insider trade secrets as well.
Shiver Me Tingles says the lava looks fantastic. I love the lava assets. I don't know if it came from us or beyond Skyrim. I think they're ours.
It looks incredibly dangerous.
Yeah, you should take a dip real. You should take a dip. You should take a dip real quick.
I'll let you do that. I know that you enjoy the pain, so I'm gonna let you handle that.
Now wait, hold on. What's that supposed to mean?
Well, I mean, you want to jump into lava. You want me to jump in lava. I assumed you must want to as well.
You're not wrong, but I don't like the intonation of that.
Another thing that the teal works with really well is the red. That's mostly why I went with that greenish color, is because I kind of wanted to offset all of the red that we use in 6th house.
I like this shrine. What dungeon is this? This is a really nice walkway up there.
Hassour. Hassour.
This is really nice.
Gans, did it look like this when you ran around, or is this quite a bit different?
Gans.
Look different for sure.
You know what it reminds me of now, like with the current treatment? I actually kind of get like Lord of the Rings / Hobbit trilogy vibes. Not quite sure why. Oh, yes, I know why. You remember the scene in the Hobbit trilogy where they like went underground and they had to deal with that big troll or whatever? This space kind of feels that way to me. The scale of it, the opening and everything.
Are we talking the troll?
Yeah, the Goblin King. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll be honest, I remember Lord of the Rings better than I remember The Hobbit. So I
yeah.
remembered.
The Hobbit is like dollar store Lord of the Rings, if we're being honest. The movies.
Shots fired.
I mean, I'm kind of in agreement because they did.
It should have just been 2 films. They should not have stretched it to 3.
Yeah.
The quality would have been better if it would have just been 2, I think.
But bro, there were 5 armies. 5 armies.
Oh, by the way, Shiver Me
no
Tingles, you're asking about the soundtrack. It should be noted, the music that you're hearing now is coming from Apple Music. I'm just playing an Elder Scrolls playlist. You're not hearing anything from Skywind. I've got the game muted. So you're just hearing general Elder Scrolls music. But beyond that, yes, we have a whole team that does custom music for Skywind. As far as I'm aware, currently we plan to reuse the Dragonborn tracks that ship with Skyrim because they're from the original Morrowind game. And then we have a Gans is here.
Good bit. Just to put him on the spot for a second here.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Gans.
I'm at a crossroads now where like my wife just dropped a plate of food in front of me. But that means that I just like have to leave the stream just chilling here and boring everybody to death. Is everybody in the chat okay with staring at the stream and listening to people talk while I eat? Or should we just wrap it up and not bore people?
Yeah, how are you feeling?
Look at the
Shit,
lava.
You have to decide right now, or the world will end. The rapture will happen earlier than expected.
I'm just gonna start
You
eating.
decide.
I'm
Yeah,
dying.
you
There
decide.
you
Yeah, you decide if chat. Can we get a poll? Is Trey allowed to eat yet?
Am I allowed to eat?
go. Has he earned food?
Has he earned food? Well, in the meantime, while he speaks, my cat's right next to me. She's so cute. She's lying next to the computer. She's got her cute little spots and fur pattern, and she's got her tongue out, and she's really goofy.
Gan says multiple hours of custom Skywind music. All original Morrowind exploration music will also be included because it's in Dragonport, as Trey mentioned, but it will be used sparingly.
And it's all being created right now, and there's a bunch of existing music that is currently being sifted through. Is that correct, Gans?
I think we should just do this thing where like we just make absurd statements that may or may not be true. We just make it up and then ask Gans if it's true.
Skywind, two truths and a lie.
Skywind was made by generative AI. I am currently
No.
done. I'm currently done with over 30 cells in my current ESP download, and UCM helped design Bardal. Which ones is the lie?
I'm just gonna go ahead and say it for the VOD. It's the AI one. We don't use any AI at
No
all.
AI at all.
Like, we don't. All of our artists, all of our voice actors, all of our music, all human.
I don't believe in AI personally. I don't think it's real.
As a large language model, I'm unable to say if Skywind uses AI or not.
As you yourself are a large language model.
Yes, I am a large language model.
That's right, everyone. This has been the world's first ever AI stream. Actually, that's not true. Those ridiculous SpongeBob ones existed.
Does the Mudcrab merchant have voice acting, or does it just make general? It has voice acting.
Yes.
You will hear his livid, dulcet crab voice soon, one day.
My
So just speaking of sounds, one thing I love is just our sound effects department is getting a lot of work done lately. So I love every month going in and hearing brand new sounds. Like recently-ish, I think you guys attached sounds to the bone walkers that didn't previously exist, and like when they get up out of their ambush things.
You
it
can
just
hear
sounds
them walking with their bones now.
It's more like this dry, cracked, leathery sound. It's really gross, and I love it.
Yeah.
Hey man, people, those bony guys, they gotta get along in life. You know, it's hard, it's tough.
My player character is like really putting a lot of trust in this rope.
That rope.
Like really putting a lot of trust. Look at him, he's just like leaning on it.
I mean, at that angle, it almost looks like the rope is
It's saving his
hitting at
life.
his knee. Yeah.
It is saving his life.
Oh my god, this food is good.
What are you eating?
What do
If you don't mind
what
me
do you-
asking.
My wife chopped up like some chicken breast and then cooked that with some kind of seasoning, and then that's all like thrown on top of like a baked potato with a ton of melted cheddar cheese and some red bell peppers thrown in for good measure. It's quite good.
A little bit of color.
Yep. Oh, there's that cat.
Yeah.
There it is. This is my cat, people. Say hi. You're not camera shy. Don't pretend. There you go. Yeah, that's my cat.
Watch, you're not going to tell your cat that Jester's sketchbook said hi?
The cat left already. I'll tell him when he comes back.
Oh, okay.
She's got a very busy internal life.
Mm.
My cat's name is Mochi. What's your cat's name, UCM?
Jermaine.
Huh. Not what I was expecting, but very cool.
What were you expecting?
I don't
American.
know what I was expecting. I just wasn't expecting Jermaine. It sounds like the. Isn't that the name of one of the guys from Flight of the Conchords?
I mean, this is very germane to the conversation.
Um.
Why isn't your cat named American?
Yeah. Yeah, like one of the guys from Flight of the Conchords. I think his name starts with a Jer. Maybe it's not Jermaine though. Look at how greasy your player character's hair is.
Yeah. He doesn't care.
This guy does not shower.
No. Well, how could he? We don't allow bathrooms in Skywind.
Exactly.
Right.
It's not
I
his
don't know, I
fault.
guess
It's UCM's
you can
fault.
always- It is UCM's fault.
Everyone's just gonna be greasy. Thank God for no smell-o-vision.
Imagine if there was grabbing vision. You could grab things and feel them from the screen. Like I could touch
Your cat's name is Cat, but in Spanish.
Gato.
I was gonna say is very similar to cat. I mean, my
Or are you saying,
Like,
or is it like a little cat, Michi? Is that what your cat's name is, Michi?
great-grandmother had a cat that she loved the cat, but did not give a damn about the name and just named it Kitty,
Very nice.
which was short for kitty cat.
My
So,
cat's name is Gerald. My wife named him after the that scene in Finding Dory where what's his name? Who's the black British actor that was in the I forget his name. Idris Elba. Idris Elba was like playing a seal, I think, and he kept like saying Gerald. And that's why my cat is named Gerald for
Cat's
whatever
name is
reason.
Gerald.
Yeah.
I never saw that movie. I saw the first, Finding Nemo, but never Finding Dory. I forgot it even existed.
We need to get UCM in a movie.
Get me into movies?
Yeah, we need to get you into a movie.
Oh, into a movie. I'm good.
I'm technically in a few.
Oh, true. Like, as lighting?
Colorist.
Right, yeah.
What can you say? Which is the most famous film you've been the colorist in, or you don't want to? Actually, no, you can't because that dots you. Never mind.
Yeah, I don't want to give anyone any hints to like dox me. But yeah, there's a good chance that a lot of people in the chat have probably seen something that I had a hand in. But
That's cool.
I don't work in that industry anymore. Oops. Don't get excited, I just bumped my mouse. I'm still eating.
I had Wagyu once. It's not that big a deal, to be honest.
Have you ever had alligator?
I want to.
Honestly,
It's alright.
I don't know. I've said that before. I grew up between Louisiana and Mississippi back and forth as a child, and I never had alligator, but obviously people eat that in Louisiana. And anytime that I've said anything about that, people are like, "Ew," and I'm just like, I don't know why you would do that because it just doesn't seem that gross to me. I've never had it, but I don't know. It just seems like eating a dinosaur to me. I don't know what the big deal is.
People make the joke of it tastes like chicken, but it really genuinely does. It was basically chicken nugget.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's honestly kind of bland. It's more of a vehicle for whatever sauce you're dipping it in.
How did kangaroo taste like, Hecky?
Yeah, I'm actually pretty curious.
Yeah.
It tasted like
horse
human,
ones.
to be honest.
Kangaroo or the horse?
Kangaroo tastes like human.
Now, are you speaking from experience? Or...
No, I have no idea. I just made that up. No clue.
Long pork.
Long pork. Cannibal stream? Alright, I'll make sure that I only speak in cannibal terms next month when I stream. I'll get this channel banned so quickly, we won't even have a chance to recuperate.
I
Yeah,
don't
so
think Dell's
people have
here anymore.
people have asked before, like, you know, about various aspects of the original game, like how much of that we were going to keep and were we going to expand certain systems. But what they've never asked is if we were going to implement a cannibalism system. I can confirm today that I can confirm nothing.
I'm sure someone will make a cannibal
I mean,
mod.
Yeah, I was gonna say we don't have any cannibalism to the best of my knowledge, but I mean we do have vampirism.
Namira doesn't exist in this game.
It is weird how like they cut out half the Daedric princes. It feels like in this one.
Yeah. I mean, Clavicus Vile was in, like, Daggerfell.
Yeah,
And
no,
they-
but a number of them were. I mean, all of them I think were in Daggerfall, including a few that never really made it into later games, like Ebonarm.
Who?
There you go. Exactly.
Plot twist. People that have thought that they've been eating chicken all this time.
Long
Chicken's been extinct 10 years ago. You've all been eating alligator.
Yeah. No. Baby bird. That's what they've been eating.
See you later, Gans.
Again.
My Gans. My beloved Gans. Goodbye.
The rotating vanity camera bored him to death. Somehow we still have 30
I know.
viewers while I'm eating.
Right. Now, obviously, I shared the weirdest thing I've ever eaten, but I'm just curious, chat, what's the weirdest thing you've eaten? And obviously,
Yeah,
I
chat.
assume we got Heckies with kangaroo.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Maybe Hecky's seen something weird. Maybe Hecky's had coral before. Maybe she just eat coral.
Would that just be like eating rock?
Pretty sure it's eating glass, actually.
Ah,
Dangerfish. Jellyfish. What did jellyfish taste like, Nick? I assume nothing. You've been to a Sustrumming party. Oh, man.
is that meal that's
That's
like
That's
left to
fermented. That's
ferment
fermented-
in a
fermented
box for like I don't know how long?
Nick, you're a sassy boy. I'll give you that. I'll make sure to judge Skooma Den extra harshly now. No, I'm kidding. I won't. It's pretty good.
I'm pretty boring. I don't think I've really eaten anything that I would consider weird. The only thing that like starts to drift that way, and it's not even weird. I've had calamari before, which I thought just was rubber and was not worth eating. I'm pretty boring otherwise.
What else have I eaten that's weird? Tarantula. Pretty fun.
Eating a tarantula?
Cambodia, man.
That's weirder than kangaroo all day.
Yeah, I gotta agree with that.
It's mostly just kind of flaky because they fry it.
Dude,
It's
I'm
kind of like
so good when it comes to like whether or not I need to hear more about how flaky the tarantula is when you ate it. Like, I'm super good, bro.
it's like, have you ever had like really charred piece of meat that like you have to like you chewed on it and like the charred bits came off and it's kind of like it's got a little bit of like the soft like charcoal feel to it. That's what I felt like.
Is it kind of like me not wanting to hear anything else about it? Is it like
I
that?
mean, I could keep going a little bit like that. Yeah. What else? crickets. Crickets are okay.
You've eaten a lot of bugs.
Yeah, man.
Dude's bugging out over here.
Also, luck-lack is really good. Unrelated to weird food, but oh man, it's like
What's luck-lack?
it's like cooked beef with like a salt and lime marinade over some white rice with like sesame seeds over. It's so good.
That does sound pretty good.
Okay, let's make our way through this cell. Let's showcase the
Phone
work.
says they sell candied crickets at their supermarket.
I've seen
How do
that.
you how do you candy a cricket?
I don't think that you can do that, regardless of what anyone claims. It's a cricket. We don't do that.
I remember being a kid and seeing like those like lollipops that had like a tiny scorpion in the middle or something.
You should have bought one.
I did. Me and some friends bought them and like turned it into kind of a game of chicken of just like, you know, how close to the scorpion are you gonna get before you throw it away?
You and your friends did some wild stuff back in the day, huh?
I also ate duck intestine in China, and that was closer to like some kind of awful meat spaghetti.
Now, when you say awful, do you mean AWFOUL or awful as in OFFAL?
The first one, AWFUL.
Okay.
It was tasty though. Spicy.
I don't like eating intestines that much. Kind of don't taste like.
Here's the weather that we showed off in the recent live stream that we were part of.
It was a lot of fun being able to just bam show weather.
Yep.
Now, is there any other new weather we want to work on?
I honestly, I think I've kind of gotten to the point of a little bit of burnout. So I'm going to show off a little bit of what we already have made, and then wrap up at some point here in a little while.
Works for me. Hope you enjoyed your first stream.
Yeah, that's been fun. Here's the same weather at sunset, which did not get shown off, but this is what that overcast weather looks like at sunset. Isn't that gorgeous?
Now remember, chat, we're ending
Very pretty.
a bit, probably, so make sure you get your questions in before we go.
Yes, now it's perfect time for questions.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a great shot right there.
It honestly is. Take a screenshot, put that on our next thumbnail for a video. Bam.
And you can see like the indirect light from the sky affecting the sides of these buildings. Super satisfying.
Dun, 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 dun. Skywind, true wind.
Now what's happening here? Is he just spitting water or what?
I think he's dead.
It's a weird thing where it does splashes on dead bodies.
Weird.
Skyrim had the same problem where it would just be... I don't know what the logic is for when it decides to do splashes, but it's very eager to do splashes.
How pretty is that campfire over there? That's great.
Very nice. Also, we're gonna ignore the fact we just saw a murder victim's body.
Yeah.
Not our problem.
What are you most looking forward to being done in your area? I'd say I'm looking forward to having completed interiors that we can play through. Yeah. All of them.
I'm going to say...
Not even a joke.
Yeah. My honest answer is just as soon as we get all of our tile sets. Oh. I don't know why that happened. Evans301 says, Trey, this is beautiful.
Hey Evans, how's it going, man?
Thank you, Evans.
Evans
How
is
long until we... Mhm.
Evans is, I believe, one of our nav meshers.
Oh, nice. Welcome to the stream. I thought I kind of recognized your name. Then how long until we see some of Red Mountain? Well, so we're trying to keep major main quest areas under wraps until release. And since Red Mountain is so intrinsically tied to the main quest, if we do any kind of Red Mountain demo, it'll be very limited compared to what we show off of other regions.
Oh, but it has to have some great production behind it. There's no way we can do a basic video for Red Mountain.
Right, and so that's why it, like Hecky says, it may well just be something that you only get a real good look at when it's out.
I'm most besides my interior design stuff. I hope we all get that finished someday. Hopefully soon. I'm excited for Zephyrbell. Like, my God, if there's a region I am going to make my own player home mod for, it's that one. Like, Jesus, I cannot overstate how much I admire the designer for that overseer. We're pretty good buds. We chat with each other all the time, and he shows me some of the stuff he's doing, and we sometimes do back and forth about ideas for it. My goodness, does he just always fucking deliver.
It looks fantastic.
Yeah, like, my God.
And it adds a lot of color and personality to a region that in the original was fairly empty.
Very Azura's Coast.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with Azura's Coast, but I think I just like it so much because we haven't really seen, besides in mainline games anyways. Oh my God, look at that.
Yo, dogs, I heard you like sun showers.
I was going to say, this looks amazing. This is what I think of when I think of sun showers. This is what I see every day at about 3 p.m.
Is it always raining or yet?
During the summer, there's this pattern. It always happens in the early afternoon. There's a sun shower almost every day this summer.
Yeah. Okay. Good to know. But yeah, like I was saying before I yawned, I just feel like at least in mainline games, we never really had a tropical area to explore before, and so it's kind of cool that's being done with Zephyrbell Bay, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because yeah, no, I don't think so in any mainline game. Well, I guess that's not true, unless we count Redguard as mainline, which I guess it is. But yeah, Redguard, I guess that's tropical, but tropical that's not made on a TI-82 calculator, you know?
Yeah.
No shame on Redguard though. Redguard is very good for its time. Look at this, dude. Fuck me. Is this not just the coolest thing ever? Compare this Bitter Coast to the original Morrowind, and it's so elevated from the original concept and the constraints of the time.
Yeah, I really thought you were gonna say night and day.
I should have, but that intelligence is lost upon me. And yeah, it's really good. Any more questions? Please feel free to say them.
Notice the sky turns pink before the sun comes up.
Oh,
Such good detail.
very nice. Now, I guess here's a question: when do you consider a weather done? What's the process for that?
When I come back to it a week later and nothing about it bothers me.
I see. And has that happened so far?
The only thing about this weather that's bothered me was the moonlight was too bright, so this one's probably done.
Nice. What's the lore explanation for the glowing trees? Are those more mushrooms?
Honestly, it's just a...
They look cool.
source of light to look cool in the night, yeah. It's just kind of a bioluminescence for the sake of bioluminescence, really.
Yeah, it's sap. It's very bright sap. What is the point of sap in a tree? I've never understood. What's it for? Is it
So
just
saps like you will ask questions about it.
Oh,
Damn.
snap, sap.
Oh, fuck. I'm so over. Man, Hlaoed. Look at that. So nice.
Okay, so I just Googled it. It's to serve as an integrated enterprise resource planning software that helps businesses. Oh, sorry, this is SAP, Systems, Applications, and Products. I guess we'll never know.
Oh man. It's tree blood, yeah. Now, which shack would you live in, chat, if you were here in Hlaoed? I'd choose this shack that he's right next to right now. It's a good shack.
Did you do that, Jack?
Nope. I did Fat Legs. I did this store.
True. I remember that now.
Yeah. Feels like ages ago.
You guys are hearing that noise. Somebody's running a blender.
You sound like you're underwater.
Yeah. Somebody was running a blender.
Ah.
Did you have a quick dive in your pool?
I did not.
Oh man, you should get a pool. I think you'd really benefit.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
Just, go out and get a pool.
This is one of the things that I love about EBLAS, is that we get these super long shadows in the evening and the really low sun angle. That just looks so nice.
Mm-hmm.
It really does elevate the realism.
Dude, imagine all sorts of like store mods people are gonna do for this. Actually, that's a good question. We're still, I guess they need a reminder. We're still gonna have it so that like people can mod this, right? Or
yeah, I mean,
it's
just a Skyrim mod as it is, so people can mod the mod. Easy.
I was going to say, I don't think we could stop them if we wanted to, which we don't. I'm excited to see what people make.
Dude, imagine the crazy storm stuff they're gonna do with this, like the random like new encounter stuff, more weapons, armor. Ugh. Ugh.
I wonder if someone will make a joinable 6th House mod.
I kind of hope so. Oh yeah, speaking of which, we're not planning on making the 6th House enjoyable faction in our base game. As much as that'd be interesting, it's really outside of scope, and we're really trying to cut down on scope creep.
Well, obviously no spoilers, but there's the mountain over there.
There it is, off in the distance.
Yeah, there it is, peeking over the trees.
Sarter, that statement I take as the highest compliment. Thank you so much for that.
What did someone say?
It's like the area around Saint Denis, which I agree with. Yeah, it's good.
Red Dead Redemption 2 is one of those games that I bought it, but I have not really played it.
Oh, you should play it. The thing about Red Dead Redemption 2 is that it's actually a prequel, so it's totally fine to play it before Red Dead 1 if you've never played 1. It's absolutely fine to play.
I did play 1 way back in the day. I remember very little about it, but I did play it.
Can we take a moment to appreciate how nice Skywind's water is?
It's so nice. Did you make
During
this water?
ModCon, people were really complimenting the water.
It's that pursuit of realism. When you get it right, everybody's brain goes, "Oh, that looks like water. That looks correct."
Mm-hmm.
Now all you need is a bunch of nooses hanging around, and it'll really be like this area around Saint Denis and Red Dead 2. This is so nice. Trey,
So pretty.
all jokes aside, all nonsense I say aside, you do really good work, man. I'm super proud of you, and also super honored to be on the same team as you and be able to converse and see this work being done. Like I didn't get a chance to see this much stuff when I worked an internship in AAA gaming, and this to me was like it matches that, and maybe even exceeds it in some parts.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Like, man, you see, did we fucking snag a gold mine with Trey on the team?
Absolutely.
Don't glaze me too hard. We don't want the big head.
It's okay. We all have big heads. We work on Skywind.
No, Big Head's in a shack up north.
You're right. Oh, I wonder if I could do his house as a review.
What a picturesque scene.
I love the ground fog.
I guess the sunlight never directly hits that door. Interesting. But that's nice right
yeah.
there.
Yeah, I guess it's a little overhang.
It's really nice. I didn't realize that was a cave entrance.
Sartre, yeah, I mean, that is kind of true. My hand will have touched every scene in the game, which is a huge, scary responsibility, to be honest.
Maybe someone should make a mod where you step in the water and say Seidanin, or Bitter Coast. Do you have a chance of contracting diseases?
I did joke about making that for the sewer water in Vivek.
Why not? That's a good idea. Make it dangerous. I mean, if we're going for realism, yeah, like stepping through dirty, mucky water, sewer water, you just get cholera,
We add cholera to the game.
Exactly. It's like, you have dysentery now. You have tuberculosis. Metal Gear Solid 3 disease system. Damnify is asking, what percentage of the weathers have you done, and are the lighting templates done already?
Most of the interior lighting templates have been touched. I wouldn't call them complete. I have a problem of not being satisfied. But every time that I've retouched it, it has been an actual improvement, so not just retreading ground. That's pretty. I'm reflecting on the water.
Oh, look at that ancestral ghost just wandering around.
Oh, look at that guy.
But yeah, percentage of the weather's done. Not anywhere near enough. I'm working region at a time. So the first region that I'm touching is Bitter Coast, and I'm working on finishing that. And then when Bitter Coast is done, I'll pick another region and finish that. It's easier for me to organize by region than trying to hit it all at random. So the Bitter Coast is 10% done. So I have a lot of work to do. Granted, a lot of the focus up to now has been on interiors. The lighting templates for those. So I'm going a little deeper into weather work now. It's my main focus.
Will we see Vivek when we first start? Seeing it at the beginning would feel wild. No, we're actually doing kind of the opposite. We definitely want, when you step off the boat, for it to have that foggy Morrowind feel. And yes, C25 did finish the Guama Queen.
Oh, he did?
I believe.
Man, I want to know what Lavarg is doing with the Ascended Sleeper. Dude, that shit was so hype when I saw it, and I haven't seen anything yet, and I need to know.
I don't know if you can hear the cat, hear Jermaine here.
No, bring him up to the mic.
Yeah, you want to talk, you little bastard?
What up, Jermaine? How's it going, homeboy? What's new in your life? Fascinating. Tell me more. I see. He's a good conversationalist.
He is. He talks plenty.
Nice. And that's the boat you get on. Look at that, folks. That amazing boat where you be coming from prison. It's so iconic.
This is one of the earlier weathers I made that needs to be redone. It's got some problems. I'm still trying to figure out how to do what I wanted to do. It's actually very difficult coming from ENB to not having ENB. So I was having to like relearn how to do a lot of stuff without the tools that I'm used to.
And what's the problem with this current weather?
Well, for one thing, that shouldn't be there, but that wasn't there when I made it. That's because EVLAS is installed, and it's like got the God rays pointed there. In reality, I need to like force EVLS to keep the origin point for the VLs like directly overhead, and that'll solve that problem. But ignoring that, you'll notice the I don't know how well it shows up, but the stuff on the horizon should never be brighter than the sky. Yeah, so this weather probably looked quite a bit different before EBLAS was installed. So it's kind of broken.
UCM, have you ever had Eggs Benedict before?
So?
Nice.
That is kind of pretty, though.
Dude, it's not realistic, but it's pretty.
Maybe this could be the weather for once you complete Skywind's main quest. This is just on the horizon. It's like, you did
At all
it.
times.
Yeah.
There's another thing about it that I don't love now, and that's how the bloom is handled. So,
yeah.
Pop over here, this and this. And what time is it in the game?
People
Sunset.
who aren't aware, Morrowind probably has weather be more important than any other game. Like it's actually tied into the main quest narrative.
Yeah, it's true. But then question UCM. What is your favorite thing? What's your favorite thing to cook for your friends besides barbecue?
I think I do a pretty mean pasta sauce.
Damn, really?
I think so.
There we go. That fixed that problem. I feel like the bloom is a little less annoying now.
Yeah. I don't feel like I have to clean my glasses.
This feels like the type of song where to go like, Savenya.
Oh, I bet nighttime looks particularly special with this weather.
Ooh, let's see.
Where's the moon? Where are you, moon?
Oh my.
I just want to go inside.
Oh, the moon's not showing up. Let's see what we can do about that. We can imply a moon by doing it with
I was
the
going to ask,
VLs.
is it due to the weather being, the fog and clouds being too thick?
Yeah.
The moon's not showing up?
Yeah, that's what it is. So I'm going to just...
Can you control the moon phase? I assume you can.
Yeah, I'm going to imply a moon. Just doing this. Intensity. Push the contribution. There we go. There is an implied moon. Just from the VLs alone.
Well, where's the second moon?
Unfortunately, you only have one origin point to work with.
Diggity diggity dang.
Something like that's probably a bit more reasonable. Pull the scattering down to make it larger. Yeah, something like that. That's a little more reasonable. Yeah, so the cool thing about that is that, like, how good does that look too? Like, that looks really nice. But yeah, we've got the bright moon on this side.
Let's see, it looks cool, but it almost looks like a floodlight.
Yeah, it's a little strong, isn't it? Let's put this down. Something like that's probably a little more reasonable. And then if I come in here,
Yeah.
That's baller.
let's go down here to colors, moon glare. We'll put this up so we can just see the silhouette of the moon. Yeah, God rays through the trees. Really nice.
So, any more questions left? Anything else anyone want to say? Because that is, wow, that is baller. Good night, moon.
No, not yet. We still need to figure out if that's even possible. I hope it is.
Will this be up as
Yeah,
a...
we want to talk to Kit soon about that.
Did you do... Will this be a VOD, guys? We're working on a separate channel since Twitch has recently put a limit on VOD space or video space. We will have a second channel coming up sometime in the future where VOD will be stored. You guys can watch there.
On YouTube, basically, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So do not worry. You will be able to hear our dulcet tones whenever you want. Eventually. You'll get to hear UCM forever, enshrined in the memory of the internet.
That
For
is
as long as it lasts.
wildly satisfying. EVLAS is the most important thing ever.
It's so strange to me that I can honestly understand why Bethesda like limit it to certain hours of the day because they didn't want it to go behind the mountains too much. I actually can understand that because they may not have thought they had the budget for double-sided LOD. But why nighttime just have everything come straight down? That doesn't make sense to me. You have the moon.
Yeah, I don't understand that at all.
You have a source. I don't understand.
And then a 6-house person jumps out and goes, Googa Ginga, and then you die out here.
It is pretty Halloween-y out here.
Might be because Halloween is coming up. Spooky stuff occurs, right, gentlemen?
Mm-hmm.
Indeed it does.
Who knows? Maybe something spooky this way comes. Maybe,
Who's to say?
Who's to say?
Well, we're coming up on 3 hours, and I think I'm just going to relax for the rest of the evening now.
Yeah.
Sorry I didn't do a whole lot of work, but hopefully what I did do was interesting.
I think so.
I enjoyed
you kept,
myself.
30 to 45 people entertained.
Yeah. You kept me entertained, and that's all that matters.
Well, if everyone enjoyed this, I might be back on soon. Don't know when, but I had a good time, so hopefully everyone else did.
Yeah, I know I did. I might do a review stream or a QA stream sometime soon, as in
Mike.
QA fixes.
My God, is it Review Mondays again?
Thank you, Albano Panda. I appreciate it.
Well, thanks everyone for joining in. Thank you, Trey, for doing the work and showing stuff, and thanks for letting me and UCM tag along.
Yep, no worries.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, everyone. Well, I'm going to call it here. I'm going to head on and probably continue watching Breaking Bad. I've started that back up again. I watched it when it was on TV, but I never binge rewatched. So it's been interesting to go back to that again. It is still, in my opinion, the greatest television show of all time. So
I I watched it when it was on TV, and then I want to say like 3 years after it was done, I went back and rewatched it with some friends. That was years ago now, so maybe I should do it again sometime.
You know what you have to do now, Trey. You have to make the Mexico filter in Skywind.
We can do that right now before we go. Let's set it to different weather at this time of day. We'll go with that's annoying when that happens.
People are dropping out of the stream. People are missing on that excellent Mexico.
That's okay.
Breaking Bad reference.
They missed the Mexico filter, but it's all right. The Mexico filter isn't for everyone.
It's not.
We'll see it in the VOD.
Yeah.
See it a lot, and they'll be like, "Oh my god, I should have stayed longer," and that's how we get retention, boys.
That's right.
Like a post-credit scene.
Okay, where is it? Test time and space.
You know, it is right. It is a well-known fact that UCM stands for George Lucas, so of course he has post-credit stuff.
Who came up with that? Was that Argyle?
That was Argyle.
He's a goofy dude.
That's an Argyle Original Especial.
There's your Mexico filter.
I was gonna say, Dios mío.
Dios mío. And guys, let me tell you, my family's from Mexico. I can confirm this is accurate.
It looks like this, yes.
It reminds me
As
of
soon
home.
as you cross the border.
Exactly.
Also,
Actually, that's the thing.
contrast, yeah.
Only people from Mexico see things like this, okay? If you're not from Mexico, you won't get this filter.
Right.
I see.
Yep. Let's, you know what? We need to make them proud. Let's go harder. There we go.
Further,
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Now that's Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
You know what, though? Unironically, this kind of feels like a Storybook Autumn filter.
I mean, it's vaguely sepia.
Well, we can't have that.
Mm-mm.
We got to push it toward yellow a little bit. There we go.
Oh my.
Saturate a little more.
There we go.
There we go.
Mexico filter in the books.
It's the New Vegas filter.
Actually,
Let's go.
incorrect. This would technically be the old Vegas filter, because we're so far removed from modern day Earth. Then again, what do I know? Maybe the Elder Scrolls lore is far into the future on a different planet way far away. I don't know.
I mean, they put Nirnroot in Fallout 4, I want to say.
There's an Earth connection there.
Right?
But yeah, that's how heavily you can affect the game with the image space. Ultimate Mexico filter right here.
I love it.
Dios mío.
Dios mío. Ay, caramba.
Well,
Madre Dios.
that's it. Confirmed. All Skywind weathers will have the Mexico filter just like this. And
There we go.
I'm gonna call it a night. You guys have a great evening, day, whatever time it is in the world for you. See you later,
Adios.
everyone.
Bye. Órale.